Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hamburg to Lubeck route. It was released yesterday, but today is my first chance to give it a first look on stream. So, how's everybody doing in chat today? Alright, let's get into the route. Let's see what DTG has in store for us. Good evening, Toma June. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Welcome to Abstract Hamburg to Lubeck. See the 112 behind there.
Welcome to Train Sim World 2, an immersive and highly detailed rail simulation featuring authentic routes and trains from around the world. You've just been awarded some action points. These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience. It is necessary to be
You can say tomato train. Okay. Good evening, tomato train. Anyone likes pizza? I eat pizza sometimes. I'm not really a big fan of pizza, but sometimes I'll eat it like from Domino's or whatever. So this is Hamburg Hauptbahnhof, it seems. Very nice station.
This is one of many interactives to be discovered, but not all of them will be as easy to find as this one.
Sorry everyone, I was raising my microphone volume. The next train to Lubeck will arrive shortly. Ooh, Doppelstock wagon. Hello, Crazy Plays. How you doing? Life as a pleb. How you doing? Sounds that a 112 are horrible. People said so. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the 112 and 182 sounds. I haven't heard them that much myself. Oh, okay, I guess we gotta go back to the 112. I haven't heard them that much myself. I only seen one preview stream of this route, the first one they did, and I wasn't even fully paying attention that much. So this will be kind of like my real first look at the route. I'm doing good. How are you? Fine. Kind of tired. Woke up not too long ago. Decided to stream Hamburg, Lubeck. Alright, let's see how the cab is.
A lot of time will be spent operating trains, so when ready, sit in the driver's seat.
Seems like a fairly well detailed cab.
You can pause the experience at any point and review previous and current objectives. Check it out now and then return to the game when ready.
By the way, it's even buggy to get into the train sometimes. Well, we'll see if we encounter any bugs during this stream. Hopefully not.
A heads-up display has appeared on the right side of the screen. This is a guide to what the train is doing.
Fell asleep in English class.
This is the speed
I feel that
display.
Sometimes
the
when
white
I'm in
needle
school,
shows
I
current
end up
speed.
falling asleep too.
The red marker
It's usually
indicates
during
the
science
maximum
stuff.
permitted speed. This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate forward, reverse, and neutral directions.
By the way, by that I mean buggy to get into the Doppelstock wagon. Alright. We'll see if we end up doing a return trip from Lubeck. We'll see how buggy the Doppelstock wagon is.
This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power control is in. These are brake indicators.
Gotta love how they're
They
giving
show
us
the
the
state of
full
the various
tutorial like we
brake
haven't played this
systems,
game
allowing
before.
independent
Just
management
gotta
of
love
them.
it.
In the top right, some of these displays can be...
Okay, let's see how this train drives.
Hamburg Hauptbahnhof is one of the major railway stations serving Hamburg. Many intercity trains start and end their journeys here.
Hello, Jonathan Gathero.
This particular locomotive is a BR112 and is an improvement on the earlier BR143.
I'm pressing X. I'm pressing
It's capable
X.
of 160 kilometers an hour and is able to work in push-pull operation.
Gotta love how it's telling me to press X even though I'm spamming the button. Hamburg is 240 kilometers away from me. It's not that close. Have you been to Hamburg Hauptbahnhof before? Driving the R44A train livery I made for the M3. I think I seen that in the TSW subreddit. Looks real cool. Fits well with the general design of the M3. Being that it was built around the same time as the R44, about 10 years later.
Train Sim World 2 allows you to ride and drive from a selection of camera views.
They said loads of intercities end and start their service here, but actually most go further to Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. But wasn't we just at Hamburg Hauptbahnhof? Okay. That must be in...
You've only explored a small area here, so let's take a look at what else there is to
I'll wait for
enjoy.
him to stop talking.
Welcome to Schleswig-Holstein in Germany. Ferry passengers along the commuter lines of the Vogelfluglinie deliver and exchange freight from the yards. Drive the railway line from the city of Hamburg to the coastal town of Lubeck. Along the way, be sure to fix electrical cabinets, place route maps, fix emergency telephones, and apply tourist posters. Choose passenger or heavy freight services and take a trip through northern Germany. Welcome to Hauptstrecke Hamburg-Lubeck.
I'm sorry, hearing Matt pronounce some of the German station names and countryside names is just wow. Now I see why Matt was talking about his pronunciations on that stream. All right, let's do the introduction for the 112. Um, I drive the BR 143 in Munich to Augsburg. It layers on to Munich to Augsburg. Does the 112 layer on to that route as well? What do you think of the LI Dubois and Rapid Transit upgrades? They're horrible. I played LI Dubois earlier today. The ATC is now messed up. The traction motors, you can't hear them in the back of the train anymore. The timetable countdown clocks are just fully incorrect now. I can see I'm not going to be playing LI Dubois again. It looks horrible now, and it plays horrible, to be completely honest. I haven't played Rapid Transit yet. I might do that after this stream, but I hear Rapid Transit got some good upgrades. They now have more S-Bahn lines along the route that you can operate.
Welcome to driver training. Today you'll be taken through the operation of a BR112 locomotive in DB Traffic Red livery. During this brief introduction, we will go through the critical driving controls and passenger operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Do you like Rapid Transit DLC? I used to, back in TSW 2020. However, more and more routes started to come out, and I started to like the other German routes more. So like Rhein-Ruhr-Austin, Habstrack Rhein-Ruhr, and now Cologne to Aachen and Munich to Augsburg.
We will need to turn the loco on. Hold the battery switch in the start position for 5 seconds.
ATC is working fine for you. I've noticed that when you come into a station, it puts you down to 15.
This train is powered by a pantograph that draws power from the overhead lines. Set the pantograph selector to rear. Take a seat in the driver's position. This is where you'll be spending most of your time. We'll need to wait for the air system to charge.
Rapid Transit is okay, but to drive the full route on 2021 timetable, you need the 182. That's disappointing. Because I don't really want to get the BR 182, the Rapid Transit version at least. I hear the sounds on that unit aren't the best. Well, while we're waiting for that, I guess we can take a look around the cab a bit. Can you set the PIS in this? Like manually?
Take a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe before unlocking the doors.
You can still drive the route on the 2017 version. I'm gonna need to try both. That's crazy. They say they test everything before release, but they have these kinds of bugs. Yeah, they claim they test everything before release, but I'm pretty sure that was found to be false when they released, what route was ultra buggy at release? Arosa. Even though that was Rivet, DTG is still in charge of quality control and publishing the route.
It's time to get going. Set the doors to locked.
Let's see. Southeastern had some bugs when it was first released. I believe that was it. Because I didn't hear of many bugs with the LGV route. Seems like a long process to get the train set up.
This train is now ready to depart. Use the speed selector to apply power and get moving.
So this is basically the AFB, or similar to the AFB. What's up, Train Sim 313? How you doing? It is now the wait for the 313 and the Glasgow Cathcart Circle. I feel like the 313 is going to come first. The 313 did appear in the Steam database before Cathcart Circle. So my money is on the 313 releasing first, and then Cathcart Circle releasing maybe 2 weeks later. Uh, Hello, Joshua. How you doing? Peninsula Corridor is very good, but the sounds aren't that good. Yeah, DTG falls short a lot when it comes down to sounds. Um, we've discussed this many times in terms of sounds on the Electrostars, the 395, and other trains like the M3 and M7. The sounds just aren't that good across all of the TSW routes. However, Peninsula Corridor, from what I've seen of the scenery, besides the whole Pacific River, Pacific Ocean being missing, the scenery looks good on that route. I don't know about HMA and Isle of Wight if they had bugs at release. HMA had some bugs, but not too many, from what I remember at least. Isle of Wight had a lot of bugs. It still has a lot of bugs currently, but Rivet fixed most of the stuff that the community reported. I mean, if you have bugs in a route with 3 stations, I don't know what to say. DTG will surprise you. DTG would definitely surprise you. I remember they didn't implement the crocodile safety system with the TGV. I remember the community, it was a little bit of outrage over that. Search up Airedale and Wharfdale lines, do a request on that. I'm not taking any more route suggestion requests at the moment. I have too many on the list, and I want to get through those before I suggest, or before I add any more to the list. I'm with you with the bet for the 313 to come first. Yeah. Can't wait until the 313 comes out. I've been waiting for it for a while, and I tried to get back into East Coastway, I believe last week or so. When I made to get the footage for the 377 in-depth video, and the whole time I was gathering the footage for that, I was just thinking about how cool it would be to use the 313 on the Seaford services. So I can't wait until that comes out. Also can't wait until London and Brighton comes out, since that's been announced now. I'd love to operate the 387 on Gatwick Express services, and maybe they'll even layer the 387 onto East Coastway, because from what I've heard, the 387 is running some East Coastway services, some Southern services. I remember buying Southeastern for TSW2 and it lagged and almost crashed. That's the same thing that happened for me with Munich to Augsburg. When I first got it, it was extremely laggy and just had a very, very low frame rate.
You're now approaching Hasselbrook. Set the speed selector to 0 to slow down. Use the train brake if you need additional braking force.
Isn't Hasselbrook one of the S-Bahn stations? Kind of wish they included the Hamburg S-Bahn with this route. I would have loved to see the 474 and the 490. Wonder when the 420, 187, and G6 comes out. I've been waiting for the 420 for a very long time. Still waiting for it. I don't know what's taking Train Sim Germany so long to release it. I don't want to have them rush to release it, but I feel like it's time to start speeding up the process a bit, because it's been in production for a very long time. And I remember back in December they showed like near completion photos of it. So I don't know what's going on with the 420 or even the 187 and the G6. TSG probably want to make the best quality. Yeah, that's what they did with the BR423. In my opinion, is the German train with the highest quality. Actually, before this stream, I actually did a service with the 423. One of the S6 services from Munich passing to Munich Hackerbrook. I would have bought it if the S-Bahn would have been included. If the S-Bahn would have been included, it would have been a definite buy for me. Especially if it was the S1 and S11 lines. I'm actually thinking of making a suggestion for that. It's on my list, but I kind of moved it to the bottom of the list because I didn't know if it would be smart to make a suggestion on that. What's up with DTG in Germany? There's too many German routes. I wouldn't say there's too many German routes. I just feel like they released the German routes too close to each other. Or at least they used to. I don't feel like there's too many German routes.
Proceed to the next stop unguided and see how you get on.
I actually think there's more British routes than German routes. I remember seeing a list. I think there was like 1 or 2 more British routes than German routes. But I don't think there's too many German routes. I just think there's too many German routes in the same area that look the same. There goes the S-Bahn lines branching off right there. What's up, Tariq? How you doing? Or Tarek, I apologize for the mispronunciation. There are so many German routes, but not a single capital route. I've been waiting on the Berlin S-Bahn for so long. Berlin S-Bahn or Berlin U-Bahn. I'd love to see it. Especially the Ringbahn. I've seen many videos of the Berlin S-Bahn, and I would love to operate one of the BR481 trains. I'd like to also see something like a Hamburg U-Bahn. I'd love to see a Hamburg U-Bahn route, but if they were going to make a U-Bahn route, I prefer Frankfurt or Berlin. Do you ever get disgusted on how you just live when you clean your room? Not really. I try and keep it as clean as possible at all times. I can't stand just having a whole bunch of dust around and stuff. Hamburg wants to make an S-Bahn to Ahrensburg, which is on this route. Yeah, I remember when I was doing the What You Should Know video on this route, actually did some research on the Hamburg S-Bahn, and it seemed like they was trying to extend it along this this route. I'm getting out the cab right now because I seen a map on the platform and I wanted to get that. We are here, I think, Wandsbeck. But of course there's no signage. Here we go. Hamburg, Wandsbeck.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
The only routes I want are something in Berlin and US passenger routes. Let's see. I'd like some more British routes. German routes, honestly, in my opinion, I want them to just solely focus on trying to get a Berlin S-Bahn route in the game. It's something that is very popular. I'd love to see the S1, S3, or S9 lines, or the Ringbahn, if possible. Okay, so it doesn't seem like much layers onto this, although I don't have a lot of the German routes installed, like Main Spessart or Wurzi ignored. But it seems like the 101 has some layer. I think they said it was only 2 services though. What do you guys think we should do on this route, like a timetable service? Now I want to see freight, a run with the Doppelstock wagon, or another run with the 112 all the way to Lubeck. I love Hamburg, Lubeck. Still don't have it though. I would wait until there's a sale. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't feel like there's enough to do on this route yet, but from what I just drove, I like it. I like it. I just wish there was more services and stuff, but I mean, it does seem like it's a good route. 112. Let's see. What else have y'all been saying? I like the Stadtbahn with the S3, S5, S7, S9, and S75. Also S45 between BR and whenever it splits from the S9. I might have to take a look at the S75 and S45. Haven't heard of those yet. Shaba Southeastern or East Coast way. Southeastern. There's more to do. It'll be amazing to see the West Coast Main Line South. Yeah, hopefully they can get it done well. 112, 112, 101. We got 2 for the 101, 2 for the 112. There's even a Berlin S-Bahn DLC for Train Simulator? Yeah, it has the S25 line, I believe. But it has older rolling stock on it. I'm late. Did I miss anything? You only missed me doing the tutorial for the 112. I guess we're doing the 112 then. I might as well just do a journey thing with the 112. RE8. Lubeck to Hamburg. Hamburg to Lubeck, I believe, runs the 112. So let's do RE8. Hamburg to Lubeck, this one. Do a TGV on Hamburg to Lubeck. I don't have the LGV route. I love to see Berlin, U-Bahn, and TSW. Yeah, same. I'd love to see the U2 or the U5 lines. I like the new rolling stock the Berlin U-Bahn has as well. Hope to see a free DLC or just a local that doesn't have a required route. I feel like in the future they will start to do local DLCs that doesn't have a set route that you need to own in order to use it. I feel like that'll come in the future. I don't know when in the future, because right now it seems like they need the local DLC to have a parent route in order for it to work on every other route, because it has the parent route and then it layers onto other routes, unfortunately. Alright, RE is for Regional Express. Yeah, I know. RE is for Regional Express and RB is Regional Bahn. I don't remember anything they said how to set it up, so I'm just going off of what I think we should be doing. That sets are running. They said something about the handbrake released, pantograph raised, circuit breaker closed. These are the lights. Where the cab lights at? Force selector, auxiliary control, headlight brightness. Keep it normal. Whole bunch of stuff to do in this cab. Weak horn. Alright, how we set up this PZB? I'm assuming that's the guard buzzer. And I'm assuming you need to go through here to set the PZB. I don't think there's LZB on this route, so I'm not messing with anything else. My local is the S7, but the S7 part, which isn't in Berlin. The Berlin S-Bahn goes out of Berlin? Didn't know that. I'd love to see a new country in TSW. They already have a French route in the game, so I'd assume more countries to be coming to TSW very soon. Hopefully, I'd love to see a Japan route. The Shinkansen, or the... What did we not do? We're missing something. I don't know. Train, move, please. It would be much appreciated. What did we not do? I feel like one of you knows what I forgot. But yeah, I'd love to see like a Japanese route or a Italian route in the game. In the new Berlin U-Bahn, you can go from the front to the rear. There's no barrier. So open gangway trains. I love the look of just being in the back of the... You forgot power set. How do I do power set? What's that? I'm not used to operating locos like these. Power set. Oh, brake key. Ah. It was that, wasn't it? The ones next to the selector. What? Huh? I don't remember what they said, how to set it up. Do we need to go back to training? To Potsdam, capital of the state, Brandenburg, and Oranienburg. I don't know what else. Wish they added one of the old TGV units in LGV with the orange livery. I'm not very familiar with the older livery. Increase the speed selector. Ah, we're moving. Appreciate it. Appreciate the help. Okay, now we're moving. Thank you very much. Now I gotta keep my eyes on this PZB. What'd I do? What'd I do? No. Did I not acknowledge the I didn't acknowledge the signal. Ah. How nice it is to operate with PZB. How nice it is to operate with PZB. Ah. You forgot to press PZB free. Ah. Alright. Right. Damn. Alright, move train. Let's go. Okay. 1000 hertz. Of course. I've been watching those Japanese POV videos on express regional trains. Those things accelerate and brake like crack. I'd love to see those. Timetable so strict. I was watching a video yesterday. I'd love to see a Tokyo Metro route. And I know it's just me loving subway routes, but I was watching a video and it was talking about how Tokyo has the best subway system in the world. It was very fascinating to learn how strict the timetables are and how close together the trains run, how they have two different companies controlling one system. Is extremely cool. I love to see either a Tokyo Metro or a Shinkansen route. Either one. Alright. We should be good, right? Right? Yeah. No? Okay. You need to acknowledge the PZB before 45. Yeah, I know that. But issue is, I didn't go over 45 before. So I'm assuming I forgot to acknowledge the signal. German trains are annoying. I've been trying to learn PZB for months, and I can't get it right. I suggest you watch Matt's tutorial, Matt or PTG Rails tutorial on PZB. They go wildly in depth with the PZB system and signaling and stuff. That's how I learned how to operate with PZB on, but well, it's me. You can't expect me to be able to use PZB all that well. But at least I acknowledged that signal correctly. Any metro would be nice. Yeah, I'd love to see another London Underground route. London Underground, New York City Subway, Chicago, BART, Berlin U-Bahn, anything of the sort, you know. I just like subway routes in general. We should be good, right? Jesus, they keeping us in restricted PZB restrictions for a while. And this signal up here isn't gonna help with the yellow. We're gonna be moving at slow speeds for a while, I can see. That signal was yellow, you didn't acknowledge the 1000 hertz. Ah. Figured it was something about acknowledging the signal. Well, while we're going slow for this little portion of the route, boom, there we go. I was gonna say we can enjoy the scenery, but PZB cleared itself. Toronto, I would love to see like Toronto line 1 or I think line 2, the Yonge line. Last time I watched you, he was streaming the 465. Damn, that was like 3 months ago. I think Southeastern, the 465 came out early March or late February. It's almost a month ago. Damn. Well, welcome back. Love to see the Jubilee or Victoria line. I love to see the Jubilee line with the 96 stock. I love the sound of the 96 stock. Honestly, it's a beautiful train. Just I hope they if they do a route like that, I hope they don't do it when in the era of ATO. I'm not a big fan of ATO. I mean, I can operate with ATO on, but I'm not a big fan of it, just because of how it works in real life, with trains constantly overrunning stations and stuff. When there is rush hour 2, it should be rush hour subway. They will, since the theme of TSW2 and starting in the summer will be rush hour. I'd assume there will be another subway route coming in the next route cycle. So I'm not even gonna predict what the subway route will be. I just hope it is another subway route because it would go well with the rush hour theme, especially if it's an extremely busy system like London or New York's, or even a Berlin S-Bahn route. I know it's not a subway route, but it is similar with its commuter rail style routes. Hudsonburg and light rail would be nice to get last weekend. Not sure how well it would perform in terms of sales, but I would definitely buy the route if it was made. I'd love to see a PATH route, honestly. It's not that big of a system. Has the I think 13 stations. It's a nice system. I would love to see in the game with the PA5 rolling stock. 96 tube stock is awesome. I agree. The 96 and the 95 stock. I know the 95 stock doesn't have the same propulsion sound, but it is real cool. Oh, look at that trophy. Set and achieved. We need ATO. With ATO, you can relax on the route. In the game, yeah. In real life, you still need to pay full attention to what exactly the train is doing. I feel like that could make it a cool scenario. Like, ATO is messing up along the route, and you have to be vigilant and take over whenever it messes up or whatever. Because in real life, the operator can't just sit back and relax. You still need to pay attention to the track ahead of you. I know in New York City, every 30 seconds while the train is in ATO operation, on our 2 ATO lines that we never use ATO on, when the train is in operation, in ATO operation at least, the operator constantly needs to press a button every 30 seconds to acknowledge the fact that the train is, well, that he is still awake and paying attention, and that the train is performing how it should. Yo, these M3s bouncy as hell at 80. Yeah, I've noticed that. Last time I used the M3, felt like it was going to derail. Are you excited to learn the new German signals? Nope. I'm not excited to learn any new signaling system, just because of how long it takes to learn. I'm still learning the German signaling system. You see me get my brakes tripped up coming out of Hamburg. I'm still learning this system. It'll be hell for me to learn a new German signaling system. But I am excited to operate a train along the new Riesa to Dresden route. I feel like it would be a cool route. My main focus is on London and Brighton, followed by NEC. But I am keeping my eye out on what they're announcing with the Riesa to Dresden route, because it seems like it's going to be extremely busy. I like the S stock as well, but my favorites are the good A, C, and D. Yep, those are my favorites as well. Personally, my favorite tube stock is the C stock, followed by the 96 stock, and then the S stock, and then the 09 stock, and it starts going down the line like that. But I just love the old C stock trains. I don't know what it is about them. First time I seen them was watching a video on World of Subways 3, and I just fell in love with the trains. But I do like the S stock as well. The S stock, just the overall design of them, I love them. And with me loving the Circle line so much, just always seeing the S stock whenever I'm watching videos of the Circle line is just amazing. Open BVE Central line. But ATO gets boring very quickly. That's what I'm trying to say. ATO is boring to operate with, and other than being boring, it also is sometimes unreliable. Okay, Sifa, you don't gotta go around. The description says recent Dresden will have multiple branch lines. Yeah, I think those are the S-Bahn lines. I think one of the S-Bahn lines goes to the airport, so they might be including the full line. I hope they do, honestly. But the one thing I don't like about the route is that the Doppelstock wagons control the S-Bahn services, kind of like it does on Rapid Transit. Not a big fan of that. We said Dresden will be 104 kilometers because we'll have Dresden Airport and a whole bunch of branches. Yeah, that's the S-Bahn line I was talking about, the one that goes to the airport. How you doing, Saya? Welcome to the stream. Love the good old A-Stock. I do too. I'm not a big fan of the design of the A-Stock, but I love the way it looks. I've seen multiple videos of operators like in the cab operating the A-Stock, and it just looks. I like the older trains. I like the way the older trains operate. Not a whole bunch of new systems you got to worry about, looking at screens all the time. I like the old analog displays sometimes. Like that's why I like the 72 stock so much on the Big Blue line, or at least operating it in the game. It's fun, honestly, to not have to worry about all the new safety systems and stuff the train has. It's very cool. Matt said Brighton Main Line is gonna have more services than HMA. Yep, I heard that. I hope that is true. If it is, it's gonna make me even more excited for the route. I just hope they figure out a way to get the Thameslink services in the game. I hope they announce like a Thameslink Class 700 or a Class 387, because it's gonna be kind of boring not having Thameslink services on the route. I'd love to also see GWR services and some Southeastern services leaving London Victoria. Not ones that the player can drive, but just like AI services to add more to the route. Make sure it actually looks busy. What are your thoughts and opinions on steam trains? I'm not a big fan of steam trains. When I say I like older trains and stuff, I mean trains from like the 70s and up. But only certain types of those trains, to be specific. I'm not a big fan of steam trains. I find them too difficult to operate and just too challenging. You got to pay too much attention to some of the controls, making sure. I heard steam trains are so difficult to operate because you have to pay attention to how much steam you got in the valves and stuff, and making sure the train doesn't explode, you know. S-Stock is good because air conditioning, fully walk through. Yeah. I heard a lot of the other underground stock doesn't have air conditioning, which I find to be wild, honestly. Being in those enclosed spaces for that long without air conditioning must be hell. Must be hell. Must be hell. Can't speak. I feel like the Central line has the best stock, 1992. I like the 92 stock. I'm not a big fan of the design of the 92 stock, but they are cool. I've seen some videos of the cab. I like the cab design of the 92 stock. The S2 in Dresden stops right next to the border. Really? Never knew that. It'd be cool to see that in the game. Berlin S-Bahn S25 has 6 underground stations in the city center. Yeah, I heard it has some underground stations. Makes it feel like the Berlin U-Bahn. If they do ever do a Berlin S-Bahn route, I hope they get the track noise route right when you're in the tunnels. Because we know DTG and TSW has a history of not getting track noise correct. Like, I can't hear no track noise right now, nor can I hear running noise coming from the bogies. Screw Westinghouse brakes. Don't get me started on Westinghouse brakes. I'll be going on a rant in here about the R68A. I hate them with a passion. I love them, but I hate them. I think the MBETA won't turn out well. You mean the route that's coming to TSW? I think it'll turn out well. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the F40 PH, but I feel like it'll turn out well in the game. I hope we're able to slow down in time for the speed reduction. Yeah, we're good. How the R32s got AC, but the 92 stock doesn't. I was wondering that in my head. The R32s came out in '64. The '92 stock, 1992 or '93, and it doesn't have air conditioning. I assume it may. I don't know why, honestly. Not enough power? I don't know. Track noises in Berlin are so loud, but it's scenic. I'm fine with track noise. I heard it so much my whole life. I'm fine with track noise. It could be scenic and have a lot of track noise. Just make me love the route even more. Hope we see a 221 Voyager for the GWR, and we get Midland Mainline to Class 222. That'd be cool. I doubt they would release any more DLC for GWR currently, unless they make a new route, but it would be cool to see. Hey, Sir Brinkolas, how you doing? The 68 has the worst acceleration? No, I would give the worst acceleration to the... Well, in terms of being slow, yeah, the 68. Definitely the 68. But in terms of, like, worst acceleration, deceleration, I'm giving that to the 179. It's too jolty, honestly. But deceleration, worst deceleration, I wouldn't give it to the 68. I'd give it to the 68A. The 68A's brakes are atrocious. It is horrible. 68 supremacy. Me and my homies hate the 68A. Yes, we do. We only mess with the 68s. The 68As, I don't have much of an issue with them until you got to start braking with them. I wonder if the MBTA will connect with NEC at some stations. It will. Don't remember the exact stations. I think Route 101 or 110 is one of the stations. There's a whole bunch of stations where NEC and MBTA connect up. Don't remember the exact stations though, but I knew we was gonna get our brakes tripped. Wasn't paying attention to speed limits. Well, let's see how fast this train can brake. Alright, so this train can decelerate that quickly on an emergency brake application, but it can't slow down that quickly when I pull the brakes. Unbelievable. Now air conditioning on the deep tubes because it'll make the stations and tunnels hotter. That makes sense. That makes sense. Track noises aren't as bad as hearing a tram just turned the corner and it's so squeaky, but I love that sound. Yeah, that's the wheel flange sounds. I will celebrate it if we get Munich Underground for the TSW2. I'm not a big fan of the Munich U-Bahn, but I would buy the route. Just because I know it runs alongside the S-Bahn for some stations, and it'd be cool to see the 423 alongside a Munich U-Bahn train. Is the S-Bahn including this add-on? Not at all, unfortunately. Thank you, Jaeger. You reminded me to put the Discord link in the chat. Or indirectly reminded me. Great braking from the 112. Yep, only under emergency brake applications it seems though. This train can't slow down for nothing. If you're using the running brakes, it seems. Which is just stupid, but that's how it is. Sally gotta go. See you. Have a great one. Alright, see you, Denker. Should I get this or Southeastern? Southeastern. Until this route has more layering available for it, like just more trains running along it, I wouldn't say to get this over Southeastern, but it is a good purchase from what I'm seeing so far. There are some issues with the sounds. There are some issues with well, this, but mostly the route is good. It's trash. Actually, only emergency is good. Yeah, unfortunately. Aircon will come to deep level in 5 years on Piccadilly. I only read Piccadilly in that because they're only getting the Piccadilly stock ready right now. Bakerloo stock won't come for until 2030 or even later. What are your thoughts of a TSW3 in the future, and what would you like to see? TSW3 in the future, I'd expect it to come maybe next year, summer next year. What I expect from it, more steam, like a focus on steam trains. Since they are getting steam ready for release, I'd expect the focus to go for steam trains. Since this year will be rush hour and more hectic routes, so I'm assuming subway routes, more commuter style routes this year, and next year for the focus to be steam. MTA gave all the 68 A's to the B. I've seen some on the N and the Q. And the W. I know some is based out of Coney Island, so they run on the N and the Q. But most of them do run on the B line. I went rail fanning at 47 50th Streets, and every time I seen a B train, it was a 68A. Kept looking at the side numbers, kept seeing 5000 series. Which is better, the 422 or the 425? 422. Not a big fan of the 425. Maybe the 426 operates in 2-car units. If it was 425 and 426, I would pick the 425 just because it is a 4-car unit and it just looks overall better. The 426 looks weird. Y'all see that, right? Y'all seen those people walking on the grass, right? Am I bugging? Or did y'all see that too? 211 next month? I highly doubt it. I'd say the 211 is going to be shown by September. I highly doubt it's going to be in our system by next month. And if it is, well, number one, I'm going to be surprised. And number two, I'm not a big fan of the 211 anymore. After the real world shots of it, nah, can't mess with the 211 no more. I don't like what Kawasaki did with it, which is sad because Kawasaki has done great things for our system. I want Thameslink on Brighton Main Line, still hyped for it nonetheless. I want Thameslink on it as well. I'm definitely still hyped for the route, but I feel like Thameslink would just bring it more to life. You didn't get to see it? The people was walking on the grass. First of all, the station was filled with grass, and the people was walking on the platform, which was grass. It was like, I don't know what was going on there, but New York is sucking right now. You gotta clarify what you're talking about there. 211 is probably coming by CSX on the Hudson line. Probably. Or are they getting, Then again, it is Kawasaki. I was thinking about how we got the 179s. It was delivered via truck from Yonkers, but that was Bombardier. So Kawasaki probably would send it down by CSX. It would be cool. Get some shots of it running, coming down the Hudson line. Probably be our only chance to catch a 211 right next to M7. I wonder if you could spawn there. Oh, we definitely gonna have to check that out afterwards. If you can remind me, we'll check that out, because that station looked interesting. In Train Simulator, you can actually see electric sparks coming from the pantograph on routes such as Munich to Augsburg. If only we could have that in TSW. If only. Just make everything look so much more realistic. I'd love it on a route like the Bakerloo line. See third rail sparks. The Bakerloo line and Ella de Boer. And then have it like while it's raining or snowing, there are more sparks. I'd love to see that. Why do you want more services? It's Hamburg, Lubeck. More would be unrealistic. Actually, no. I know it runs some. When we stop, I'll talk more about it. We're gonna overrun the station. Have no doubt about that. Blame it on the brakes. Good enough. The passenger cars are in the station. More wouldn't be fully unrealistic. They have what's the operator that operates the TGV services? They have that operator that runs along this line as well. More wouldn't be fully unrealistic, but with the current trains we have in the game, it would. So I'm hoping for maybe more loco DLCs or whatever to add more services to this route. SNCC, there we go. Oh, SNCF, there we go. SNCF. They run services along this line in real life as well. You get best Hudson Line shots from Spiden Devlin. Never knew how to pronounce that that curve's name or that station name. But I have seen many Metro North pictures and shots come from there. Preston to Carlisle is 90 miles. I'd love to see it in the game. 90 miles seems doable for TSW. I would love to see disruption events like bad weather. Yeah. Just have like mad delays on the line when there's bad weather. I'd love to see maybe a scenario where there's a whole bunch of delays on the line and you're constantly chasing yellows and red signals and all that. I feel like that'd be cool. The first 211 will be on Staten Island. Really? They're bringing the 211S's out first. Really? Wow. Might need to take a trip down to Staten Island. Haven't been down there in a while. It'd be sad to see the 44s go. Remember riding the 44s a lot. It's gonna be sad to see the 44s go. You're gonna build the Metro North extension. Yep, I seen that. You're gonna run the New Haven line down the northeastern corridor through the Bronx, stopping at 4 stations into what's it called? Into Penn Station. I just thought 68A breaks in a blizzard. Alright, we gotta stop joking around about the 68A. It's the 211T, yeah, I know. Accidentally mistaken it for the 211S. What's your favorite route? Currently it's Munich to Augsburg for the S-Bahn. You think the MTA doesn't go fast? Top speed on our subway routes is 55. Although it's been a known fact that some of the 4 and 5 trains reach 60 through the Girolamo Street Tunnel, and some of the NR and W trains hit like 65 through the 60th Street Tunnel. There are trains driving from Hamburg, hopping off to Prague. They look like blue ICs. Ah, I know what you're talking about. I think those are the IC2s. I know what you're talking about. Faster? Nah, top speed on the system is 55. I know that for a fact. They can go 60 and 65 in some of the tubes below the East River. I know that for a fact. But I know the 62A. The 62A is rated to go faster. Not the 62A, the 142A. I know that's rated to go faster. Carlisle to Preston will also have the 370 advanced passenger train up to 155 with ATP 15 faster than the 395. Wow. And I thought the 395 was fast on HS1. I'd love to see more British freight locos in the game. Yeah, it's getting pretty tiring to just see the 66 along every single route in the same livery at that. It's like, I love to see other liveries come with the 66. The 160s are rated to hit 80. Yeah. If only, I know it's almost impossible to get the MTA to raise speed limits past 55, but it would be nice to catch some 160s just smashing down the Brighton line. That'd be fire. Or down Central Park West, some of the C trains, the 179s, and when they used to run 160s, that would have been so cool. Brought Train Simulator 2 days ago. It was very different from TSW, playing Southwestern Mainline a lot. Out of Waterloo, I would love to have the Southwestern Mainline at TSW. It'd be so cool. The brakes on this train is just whack. Stop, train. Come on, bro. What are you doing? Do we need to hit the e-brake? Come on, bro. Alright, now you're stopping a little bit too fast. $160 looks nice. I want them on TSW2. Yeah, they'd be cool. I'd love for them to come with the 6th Avenue line. Run them on F line. Especially the R160Bs. Love to see them in the game. The BR423 has better brakes than this train. This train, the 101 has better brakes than this train. What is going on? You see, this issue wouldn't be present if they would have just given us the high floor dustos. $160E hitting 70 on Queens Boulevard. Gave me ideas. With CBTC and ATO in 70, I would love to see that. All German routes are unrealistic, no delays. That's funny. That's funny. Ever seen a delay 10-minute delayed S-Bahn train on Munich to Augsburg? The PIS system calls you an idiot. No. To be exact, it calls you a retard. Blame it on the game, not me. Southwestern Mainline would be great in TSW, especially if it got the rush hour feature and plenty of services along with modern trains such as the 707. Yeah. I would love to see the 707. But aren't the 707s getting transferred to Southeastern? Because when I read something about the 707s getting transferred to Southeastern for some of those services. I think the 188 can go faster, but every time I go on there, I get upset. I can see the ATO screen and the 7. It can't go faster in the East River tunnels. The tunnels are too small for the train to go any faster. That's why it top speed in the East River tunnels for the 7 train is 35. Now, while it's elevated, I think the top speed is 45, maybe 50 on the elevated tracks, but under the East River, top speed is 35 because of how small the tubes are. Those tubes were originally built for trams, not actual subway trains. Trains were OD fast, yeah. Why doesn't the F have CBTC? It should be running with CBTC on the QBO with the E line. That's the only way they can run CBTC on the Queens Boulevard line is if both the F and the E has it. During the stream yesterday, Matt said the wrong doses was used because they didn't have the right time. I don't believe that excuse, but whatever. He's looking into it since a lot of people were upset. Well, yeah, now I'm upset because I'm seeing glitches with the passengers getting off the train. It shouldn't be like that. Ruins the immersion. Could have all been avoided if they would have just given us the high floor Dostos, but DTG. The LRRR update was a mess. There's so much criticism about the update in the forums. Yeah, it is a mess. Looked at it earlier today. The PIS screens, the countdown clocks are just wildly incorrect. They're inaccurate. They look like the countdown clocks from Southeastern High Speed. Nothing like the ones on the actual Hempstead branch in real life. They need to get that fixed immediately because it ruins the immersion. It ruined my immersion of hopping on the El Aldabor. I looked at it and I was like, first of all, why is it in 24-hour time? And second of all, this looks nothing like real life. 707s are going to Southeastern. If they set it slightly in the past, they could have the 707, but it might end up being the new 701s. I prefer the 701s. Personally, I prefer the design of the 707s, but I prefer to have the 701s with the current timetable. The trains in the DLC layer on the Munich-Augsburg, I'm not sure about that. I don't think I can even check since I am playing on PS4, and I know HMA doesn't allow layers on PS4. They expand El Aldabor? Not at all. When the F is coming, there's fixed block signaling. When the E is coming, it's on. That makes absolutely no sense. The only way CBTC can run is if both lines have CBTC operation. Unless they're running F trains in restricted manual while the E train is in ATO mode. That could be it. When will layers be fixed? Not sure. They've had it on the roadmap since HMA was released. So that was about 6 months ago. I don't know. Drove the 375 in snow, and while arriving at Chatham, nothing was wrong and I just derailed. I would say maybe wheel slip, but you said nothing was wrong. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't come up on the HUD as wheel slip. Still can't go to Belmont on the scenario designer. Belmont Park. I wonder why. I know there's actual services that go to Belmont Park. I think there's 4 services that go down to Belmont Park in the game. I'm not sure why they don't have that available in the scenario designer. You know what? The number of services isn't too bad on this route. I've seen a good number of services coming back the opposite direction so far. So it's not too bad. Spin fold doors and some IC wagons. Really? Might need to check that out, see how they look. Sound issues on the M7 weren't even fixed. Huh. Tell me about it. Tried to operate the M7 from coming out of Hempstead, and it just sounded horrible. There was no sound at the back of the train. Let's see what else. There was no sound at the back of the train. The sound in the front of the train didn't even sound right. The alerter sounded a bit low. The ATC restricted me to a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit for some reason, even though all my signals were clear. Whole bunch of stuff is wrong with the M7 now. How? I was below 90. I was about to be below 85. Shouldn't be tripping my brakes right now. But I'll let you do it. Can't wait for your review on this route. Oh, I plan for it to come out next week. I feel like there wouldn't be much to say about this route, honestly. I'm definitely going to be talking about the high entry Dostos. But other than that, this route seems good. It would have been much better if they would have included the S-Bond, but they can only include so much with the route. There wouldn't be much to talk about, honestly. My main focus is going to be talking about the high floor Dostos and just the laziness of DTG to not include them with this route. And maybe this. This is incorrect. The PIS screens. I don't like how you press one button for the doors when there's two. Passenger door selector. Passenger door selector. Where's the actual door open button? Until I can find it, I'll just be using the actual button on the controller. Oh, the doors on L board. Oh, that's funny. Nah, you can press two. If you try and be an actual conductor, right? Let's say you go to the center of the train. You can open both the front and back sections of the doors. I've done it before. I might actually make a video on it. I like how you do lives often. Yeah, I try and do them as often as I can. I've slowed down with them, honestly, in the past few weeks. Because I felt like holding myself to do a live stream every week was just a little bit too difficult. Alright, there we go. Was the next route you're planning to do live on? My next live stream will probably be when the next DLC comes out, so the 313. I'm thinking on moving my live streams to only when something important comes out for TSW. So my next one will probably be the 313. West Coast Main Line, Midland Main Line, Great Eastern Main Line, East Coast Main Line, or don't know what that next one is. I'm picking the West Coast Main Line out of all of them. No, yeah, West Coast Main Line, because you got the London Underground and Overground that runs alongside it. The glitches on LR Devoir aren't nice at all. I agree. I didn't get the route because it offers no new trains. I don't mind recycled trains at all, but I'm personally not a fan of the 143. And the 112 is basically a 143. Yeah, it's just basically a faster version of the 143. But I think these were really the only... I was going to say these are the only trains they could have done for this route, but I'm not completely sure about that. Because I know they run ICE services on this route. Or to be exact, IC services on this route. Because I remember seeing some... I think maybe BR407s? Somebody in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember seeing some BR407s in certain videos that run along this route. So they could have definitely included that, but they decided to reuse the Dostos and then basically remake the 143. So maybe I will talk about that as well. But I'm gonna have to do some research to see what trains actually run here in real life. .313 probably come out end of May, start of June. Yeah, that's my prediction on when it'll come out as well. You acknowledge if there is a speed drop below 85. I know. That's why I'm continuing to acknowledge every time I see the signals. Why is a 112 operating a freight service? Nah, that's inaccurate. 112s don't normally operate freight services, but okay. Is that a 101? Oh, that is a 101. Ah, that's cool. That's real cool. Seeing a 101 here. Alright, let's make sure we don't spad at the end of this platform. Alright, it would be good to get some brakes on. Bro, brakes. Because this train don't stop fast enough. Close enough. Come on, man. Close enough. 26 meters. 26 meters. 26 meters. Bro. Really? That's how you feel? There are triangle warning boards as well, I know. I've seen them on the run here. And on other German routes as well. Oh, now you would like me to open the doors. They run the 218. The 218. Let me check it out. Ah, the 218 looks like an older type of train. They could have. I love that Matt said in introduction. Welcome to... Hey, where's my mention? Matt's funny. His pronunciations of some of the stations along the German routes is pretty funny. I'm wondering if they fixed those series of routes from New York Penn to Ronkonkoma. I went under the East River Tunnel and there was a train in front of me going the opposite direction, so I had it red. Yeah, I don't know about some of the pathing along LR de Bar. They messed it up in the new update. There was something. What was the station that I was supposed to check out? I don't remember the station. There was a station with a whole bunch of grass on it. Anyone know what that station was? Matter of fact, no. We're gonna take the Doppelstock wagon going the opposite direction, and we're gonna see if we could see it that way. Because I do want to at least do one run with the Doppelstock wagon. It was before Bad Oslo. Yeah, we're gonna stop at that station on the way back and see if it's like that again. Do you know when the 313 is coming out? No release date has been announced yet, but I'd expect it to come out by the end of this month, or the beginning of this month, or the beginning of next month. This was before the new update. Then the pathing is just messed up on LR de Bar, which wouldn't be surprising. What is your favorite food in New York City? That's difficult to... Like, if you go out to eat, what do you prefer? There's this one restaurant on 116th Street called Amy Roof's. It's like soul food. It is real cool. It is delicious. Okay. I've never been inside of one of these, so I do not know how to operate one of them. So bear with me, okay? That's a reverser, right? Right. Doors. Okay, great. Coach. Yes. Okay, that's great. Headlights. Yep, that's good. Okay. Cabin timetable lights. If only the timetable actually worked. Right. Direct brake. Oh, there's two different brakes. This is gonna be interesting. Oh. Ooh. I like that door closing sound. Pantograph raise, yes. Okay, MCB. I'm just pushing buttons here. Alright, how we turn on this? No, let me take a look through a train. Wow, no passengers. Can we go to the upper level? Passengers. Alright. Let's see. I guess we'll turn that on. Can't hurt to turn that on. Where's the PZB at? You. Okay. Let's go. Brake key. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, move, train, let's go. Oh, the 101. Look at that. Wasn't that the same 101 that was here when we arrived last time? Okay. Pizza. Is Cane Creek gonna be a freight line or passenger line? Cane Creek is a passenger line. I mean, it's a freight line. Sorry. It's a freight line. I think it's BNSF or Union Pacific. Nah, it's Union Pacific, I believe, is a freight line. For a moment, I thought this was a Talent 2. Same. When I went to go use this, reminded me of Talent 2. Now this train should be a bit easier to operate, even though it is still connected to the 112. Ah, there we wait. Ah, okay. This train is a bit easier to operate. Yeah, Union Pacific. There we go. I actually can't wait for Cane Creek. It's gonna be the first freight line, the first freight route that I actually am going to get. Wasn't that the same Sifa sound from the Talent 2? Okay, PZB cleared. This is very, very calming. The brakes might take a while in the cab car. It takes longer to brake from my experience in main Spencer Bond. Thank you for the warning. I'll be sure when we get to the next station, I'll try and brake a little bit earlier and see how these brakes work. But from what I'm seeing so far, I actually do like operating this. It's not bad. Wonder how the timetable will work on Cane Creek if there are 2 trains run along the line every week. They're going to have more trains. I believe they already explained this. They're going to have more trains than there would be in real life. Because then you would only have one service. And that wouldn't be very enjoyable. So they're going to have more services than there would be in real life. You know, it's very relaxing to operate this train, but it's very irritating to not hear any running noise, or track noise, or traction motor noise, or noise period. Atlantic Pacific. Are y'all just putting down Pacifics in the chat? How many red lights do you think you missed driving the ice? I haven't spatted in the ICE yet. Actually, that is incorrect. I've spatted twice in the ICE. One on Munich to Augsburg and one on Cologne to Aachen. So I've spatted twice with the ICE. Other than that, I've had no trouble with slowing down for red signals. Why am I not? Alright, there we go. It takes a while for the brakes to release in this train. I think I see what you're talking about. Alright, see you, Crazy Plays. Obviously, no traction noise driving in a driving van coach. Okay. There still should be running noise. I like the ICE 3 more than ICE 3M. Same. I like the digital screens in the ICE 3. It's hard to read them in the 3M. Hello, Paul D. How you doing? Yeah, y'all just putting down Pacifics in the chat. Are those the projects? Wow. Wow. Who would have known? Who would have thought? Really cool how the base NEC includes diesel, the diesel, and the base reads the Dresden. Damn, Seafood includes the 143, 146, and plenty of track. Yeah. I just hope there's a lot of layering to go along with that Riesa to Dresden route. I know they're gonna layer the ICE and the 101 onto it, but I want to see all of the layers in action. I want to see how busy the route looks. I agree about running noise, but all motor noise would be at the other end. Yeah, you got a point. I'd rather hear running noise. I'd like to hear running noise than for it to just be this quiet. Like, I'm not hearing any running noise coming from the bogies. Nothing at all. It just feels like I'm floating on the track. What do you think about West Coast Main Line South? I think it'd be cool. I'd love to see the Watford DC line, the London Overground. It would be a cool connection to the Bakerloo line. Have the Watford DC line, the West Coast Main Line, and then some Bakerloo line services as well. That'd be real cool. Doing 5 miles an hour out of Belmont. I think the 5 mile an hour section is longer coming out of Atlantic Terminal though. I remember going downhill on an ICE train in the winter on SK, and I think it was a red signal, so I applied full just to get wheel slip. But the train still stopped right behind the signal. Ooh, close call. But I hate when I see a red signal, pull the brakes, and just wheel slip. Happens a lot when I'm what train is it? The Electro Stars. The 375s on Southeastern. See a red signal, put the brakes into full service. You think you're gonna slow down, but nope. Full wheel slip, it's bad. The 395 needs more sounds as well. I agree. Not enough running noise. Especially when you're going down HS1. You should hear a whole bunch of running noise from the bogies. And even track noise. But mostly you should hear the track noise along the Chatham main line. I think after this service I'm going to end the stream. Don't want the stream to go on for too long. And I have stuff to do afterwards. So I think after the stream we might check Munich to Augsburg. See if there's any layers onto it. But if not, we're going to end the stream there. Or actually, no, we're gonna do a bit of a freight service and then end the stream. Important rush hour routes includes lots of services as well as lots of passengers. Yep. London to Brighton should have a good number of services and passengers on it, or at least that's what I hope. Transport has to get Joe Biden to play the new Amtrak route. that would be so funny. Having him operate an ACS 64, I would pay to see that. Who knows? He probably drives the Northeastern Corridor from Original Trains in World. As bad as that route is. Who knows? Might actually help with DTG getting more licensing to do more Amtrak routes. For Riesa Dresden, they may add the 406 as a layer, but it doesn't run on that route in real life. Yeah, I know it doesn't run on that route in real life, but they could add it as a layer right now, and then, actually, because if they add it as a layer, it's gonna remove the opportunity for them to include the 411. But then again, if they don't add it as a layer, then you're gonna be missing that ICE layer, those express layers. So I'm not really sure. If MARC is added with Amtrak, it's going to come with Charger. Diesels don't run on the Penn line anymore. Really? Wow. Never knew that. The MP36 doesn't run there no more? Wow. Oh, whoa. Brakes. Wheel slip? Really? Wheel slip, really? Oh, you better stop, train. That's what I thought. Alright, you can release your brakes. I said release your brakes. Wow. I damn sure ain't opening the doors down here. You better move up the platform. Hello, James Simmons Spotting. How you doing? Nathan Ward, how you doing? Okay. Alright, we should be able to slow down now. Ah, look at that. Perfect stopping position. Good. You, good. Just undershooting a platform with the, Dostos. You gotta turn off the throttle too and then increase again after releasing brakes to make the cab car go. Oh, that is a tedious process. Why? Why you gotta do all that? Why can't it be a combined traction brake controller? Like every single, well, then again, this isn't an EMU, but still. Why can't it be a combined traction brake controller? Why can't the Doppelstock wagons be an EMU? Just why? Why? Why they gotta make it so difficult? How many stations we got? Probably got like 6 more stops after this. It's gonna be real fun to operate this train, I see. Move. Full power. Let's go. Accelerate. Please. Thank you. Imagine just in the far future logging on the Northeastern Corridor multiplayer and seeing Biden ripping it around in the ACS 64. Oh, that would be so funny. And then if they had the ability for players to speak with each other, to hear them making announcements. Oh, that would be hilarious. I'd love to see a video of that. Oh, I really hope that happens. Brakes we're still releasing. Yeah, well, they gotta release faster. Over here taking 2,000 years to release. We got places to go. Our next stop, bad Oldslow. You gotta be there in 3 minutes. If the brakes take too long to release, we ain't gonna get there on time. And it's gonna be my fault. For no reason. There's actually a service where the Doppelstock has weird electric coaches that pull normal coaches, almost like a multiple unit. Oh. I'd love to see that. On this road? I'm sure the voice chat would be nice and wholesome. Yeah. Totally nice and wholesome. Yep. Yep. Definitely. I feel like multiplayer will work well on a route like Long Island Railroad. Have one player be an operator, the other be a conductor. That'd be cool. Have you been practicing your train skills for rush hour? Yup. On HMA. Been practicing with the 423 a bit. And I've been practicing with the 377 to get ready for some of the commuter services on it. But recently I haven't been playing TSW too much. Just haven't really been feeling it. The game gets boring after a while, and I'm starting to notice this. There just isn't enough to do. It's the same thing over and over again. No dynamic events, nothing that changes between each run. It's the same thing. You drive from point A to point B. no variations. Hopefully that can change with rush hour, with some of the different types of services and stuff. But I know I'm going to be playing rush hour a lot, because of the London and Brighton route. I know I'm going to have fun with the Electro Stars. And I feel like I'm going to have fun with the Northeast Corridor route. As much as I'm not really a big fan of Amtrak, I still feel like I could have fun with the ACS 64. That door closing sound would annoy me if I was driving it. It wouldn't really annoy me. Well, when we get to the next station, I'm going to have to hear it again to really decide on whether it would annoy me or not. Do you think the subway is getting dangerous? Personally, I think it's pretty safe. I think it's the same as before. That's my opinion on it. I wouldn't say it's pretty safe, but I wouldn't say it's getting extremely dangerous. I think it's the same as before. Last time I took the train, it was fine. And I finally got to see what everybody's talking about this 3 train being OD fast. Y'all not playing around. 3 train makes moves on 7th Avenue. What's up, Berlin Bear? How you doing? I don't think the 445 operates on this route, but it does in some places. I'm gonna need to check that out because it sounds interesting. Each of the following lines of New York City do you want NCSW? 2 NQ, W, or R? I'd take the N, Q, R, and W. All 4 of them, since they are all a part of the Broadway line. I'm taking all 4 of them. I wouldn't take the 2 by itself because it would need to be paired with the 1 and the 3 in order to really be useful in the game. In order for it to be fully realistic. So I'm taking the N, Q, R, and W. But if I wasn't really like restricted to choosing one of those, I would choose the Lexington Avenue line, the 4, 5, and 6. Three train feels pretty fast, yeah. It was making moves going down 7th Avenue between 96 and 72nd. Felt like the train was going to derail. Them 62s, none to play around with. If they add the ACS 64, they better add the veterans unit. They have a veterans unit? I'm not too familiar with some of Amtrak's rolling stock and some of the liveries they got on them or anything. So I didn't know. Do you like flirt trains? The Statler flirt trains are pretty cool. Their designs. I like the ones that Caltrain is getting. Saying, but I would choose the R line. Really? If they can only make one line, I'd choose one of the express lines, like the N or the Q. I wouldn't choose the R because it just wouldn't be fun to operate the slow local services, especially coming in through City Hall and stuff. R train runs way too slow. Does the 112 have LZB? I'm not sure about that. I didn't see a LZB switch on the train, so I'm not sure if it has it in real life, but I'd assume for LZB to be simulated with the 112, if they were to have it layer onto other routes, I'd assume for them to make LZB simulated. Alright, so the door sound on this train wouldn't really get me annoyed quickly if it didn't make frequent stops. Since this train makes somewhat frequent stops, it would probably annoy me after a while hearing that. But it would be going the same speed as the 2 on the 7th Avenue line. Yeah, you would think it would be going the same speed as the 2, but I don't know. Comparing the 2 to the 3 going down 7th Avenue, the 3 feels a bit faster. I think it's the acceleration on the 62s. I'm not sure if the 142s have the same acceleration. Going on the metro used to scare me. It was so loud and it jolted a lot. I've been used to it for a while. I actually like some of the rocking back and forth on some of the trains, like the R68s. I like how much it rocks back and forth. Like when you're going across the Manhattan Bridge, looking at the view of Lower Manhattan, and then you get the rocking motion of the train. It's relaxing, honestly. I noticed an LZB distant gauge on the 112. Ah. When we get to Hamburg, if we have enough time, remind me to run back to the 112 and we'll take a look. I would love to see Metro North also. Just give me every route. All American routes, all British routes, all German routes. And then branch out. Give me everything. It's supposed to be Train Sim World, right? It should have every route there is in the world. I love the door sound on this train. It's my favorite door sound at TSW. Really? That's cool. I mean, it is a nice sound. I just feel like it will get annoying after a while of hearing it. My favorite door sound... I guess I'll give it to the M7. Or the 72 stock, actually. I like the 72 stock door sound. Dutch routes? Ooh, I would love a Dutch route. I've been watching some videos of cab rides of some trains, some of the Dutch trains, and it's not bad. I like the yellow and blue livery some of them has. Which line of the Washington D.C. subway do you think they should add? The red, blue, orange, or green? The red line. Isn't that the longest line out of all four of them? They might not release subway routes as it's not really popular. Oh, it is definitely popular. Just look at the London Underground suggestions. It is definitely popular in the community. Definitely is. It's just a lot. Alright. If we take a look at the top 25 routes for TSW that players have voted for, right? London Underground was number 4. New York City Subway was number 9. Those are 2 subway routes right there. Then, if you want to consider the Berlin S-Bahn somewhat similar to a subway route, you can include that. I'm not sure if it was on the top 25, but I know it's high on the top 50 list. So there is demand for subway routes. You just don't see a lot of people suggesting them. What was number 1? Pacific Surfliner? I think it was Pacific Surfliner. Or Amtrak? I'm not completely sure. They did a stream on it. If you look at Train Simulator's channel, DTG's channel, you can find a stream on it. Isn't Manhattan where the United Nations took place, or was that Massachusetts? The United Nations headquarters is in Manhattan. That's 51st Street on the east side, somewhere near 50th Street or something like that. But I know the UN headquarters is down there. Right here, right here, right here. Looks like an abandoned platform. West Coast Main Line. Alright. After this stream, I might need to check that out. Put it in the Discord server so we can all take a look at the top 25. Imagine if in like 350 years they have everything in the world. Hopefully. But that's 350 years from now, so I wouldn't be able to see that. A peace sign means you should sound a horn. Where did you see a peace sign? You seen a peace sign? Hold on, nah. That reminded me of the Talent 2. Where is the horn? That reminded me of the Talent 2 horn sound. Do we really gotta go on a hunt for the horn? What about the Class 390? What do you think of that? The Pendolino is cool. There's a lot of reused sounds from the Talent too. I've noticed the horn sounds similar. Well, then again, most of the German locos have similar horns, from what I've noticed. But the PZB sounds similar, or the SIFA, actually. PZB as well. What was the name of the stream you just mentioned? I don't remember the exact stream, but it might have been a roadmap stream. It might have been a roadmap stream, but they was going over the top 25 list of routes in TSW. How was that number one disappointing? I wouldn't say it's disappointing, but I just don't remember that one being number one. It would be odd for West Coast Mainline to be number one on the suggestions list, considering that it was just released. West Coast Mainline South, at least, was just released for Train Sim Classic. Which of the following underground lines do you think they will add? The Piccadilly Victoria District or Hammersmith City? Piccadilly. They already said that the Piccadilly was supposed to be the one they was going to release for TSW2, but they ended up doing the Bakerloo line. They didn't specify any reasons, but I suspect it was because the Bakerloo line was shorter, had less stations, and the rolling stock would have been easier for them to make. But if they were to do another underground line, I would expect the Piccadilly to be next. Top 6 was... Really? Really? That was top 6. I'm gonna need to check that out on the forums. Hammersmith, even though I prefer the Metropolitan. I would expect the Metropolitan to come before the Hammersmith City line. Just because of how unique the Metropolitan line is with its express and local services, I feel like that would be a more intriguing route to make for TSW than the Hammersmith and City line. Although, if they do make the Hammersmith and City line, they could add the Circle line to that as well, and that's also a unique underground line. They need to get licenses, so some rail companies don't want to, unfortunately. Like Heathrow Express. I want to see Uxbridge Station. Yeah, Uxbridge. Be cool. Uxbridge, Amersham, Chesham, Watford. They have a big German community, so there's that too. Yep. Hi, Underground 101. How you doing? Follows the district leaving Edgware Road and Aldgate. Yep. It follows the district line, but it's mostly combined with the circle, all the way from Hammersmith to Aldgate. Then it runs along the district line to the terminal. Interesting. A solo 182. That's not supposed to be that, right? Ah. PCB failure. Right. I blame it on the fact that I seen a solo 182. Blame it on the 182, not me. Who doesn't want to have their company in the game? Probably some rail companies are probably superstitious about people using the game for malicious activities on the train or whatever. such as hijacking the train or whatever. Um, Also, some rail companies probably just don't have the time to license their trains to DTG to make them in the game. Like Thameslink, go via Thameslink. They might be too busy dealing with other stuff to have the time to give DTG the license. Hope we get to see the 455/8 for Brighton Main Line. If it comes out to London Bridge, we can have the 171. They won't include the London Bridge branch. The line is only going from Victoria to Brighton. And since they've already said route extensions are probably won't happen, even though they can, I doubt we will see a 171. The 455 is definitely a possibility though, and I would love to see the 455, but I would doubt we would see a 171 since it already doesn't run along the Brighton Main Line. You would barely be able to use the 171, if we're being honest. Even if it did go out to London Bridge. The blank screen is intentional for optimization. Really? Interesting. 12, London Brighton, they did that. 11, Revere Line. Northeast Corridor, they did that. London to Birmingham, really? Metro North, they didn't do that yet. New York City Subway, still didn't do that. Midland Main Line, still didn't do that. Edinburgh to Glasgow, still didn't do that. London to Portsmouth, still didn't do that. Pacific Surfliner, still didn't do that. They need to do that. I think BNSF is a big no. Yeah, probably. I doubt they would give the license to DTG. Like, heavily doubt it. Which part of Norfolk Southern do you want to be added? Not really familiar with Norfolk Southern, so not sure. Where's your favorite train? In the game, the BR423. In real life, it'll be New York City Subway and R188 or the R62A. If I couldn't choose New York, though, it would be the C stock from the London Underground. Fife Circle Line? That could be a cool route. I'd prefer Edinburgh to Glasgow, though. Oh, hey, Matt. Shouldn't have stayed blank. Does that happen repeatedly on console? That's the first time I've seen it. Actually, no. It's the second time I've seen it. I've seen it happen on a Talent 2 once before, but on the Rapid Transit Talent 2. This is the first time I've seen it happen on another train. And it happened the same way as it did on the Talent 2. Me going to the outside cam and then coming back into the cab and the screens being blank. But hey, Matt. Thameslink isn't giving DTG the license. Is GTR go via Thameslink Railway? Why did they give DTG the license for Gatwick Express but not Thameslink? I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know the answers to that question. I'd assume Thameslink is possible, but there's an issue with the 700s. Not completely sure though. I'd love to see Thameslink though. Have it run along southeastern high speed between Raynham and Gravesend. That'd be cool. Have it replace some of the 375s and 465s that run along there. I'll fire up my console later and see if I can reproduce it. Alright, cool. Thanks for looking into that bug. Are you based outside Europe? Amazing you have so much knowledge of TSW UK routes and rolling stock. Yeah, I'm from New York City. But just playing TSW, I got TSW when it first came out in 2018, I think. With original Northeast Corridor, GWR, and Rapid Transit. And ever since then, it's gotten me into learning more about um, just German routes, UK routes, and more about US routes and stuff. So in that time, I've started to learn more and more about the Electro Stars, some of GWR's trains, and stuff like that. Licensing in itself is incredibly complex. Don't assume that someone isn't given a license. To be honest, safest bet is don't assume anything. It's really complicated. Got it. Licensing does seem like a complicated issue, though. From what I hear on the roadmap streams, when y'all talk about licensing from certain operators and stuff, it does seem like a very complicated issue. But it is cool that y'all are able to get some of the licensing for certain operators to bring them to the game. Like, I'm glad y'all was able to get the MTA licensing to do LIRR, since it is cool to see LIRR in the game. I seen the yellow signal, got scared. I mean, it's unreasonably, stupidly complicated for historical reasons, but our licensing team are awesome and navigating it. That's cool. Hopefully, you guys are able to bring more of South UK operators to the game. I'd love to see Southwestern. Last thing they would want is to get sued. Yeah, that'd be awful. Although they mostly do German and UK routes, I love the trains. Yeah, I don't have a big issue with them doing a whole bunch of German and UK routes. Honestly, I prefer those routes to the US routes, which is kind of weird, being that I'm from New York City in the US. But I prefer some of the German routes, like Munich to Augsburg. I love operating the S-Bahn on that route, and even the Baker-Loo line or Southeastern. I prefer those routes to some of the stuff that's done in the US. How you find the route? I like it. I like the scenery on the route. Just the rolling stock is difficult for me to wrap my hands around a bit, but I'm learning it. I do like operating the Dostos. I find it more enjoyable, a little bit more enjoyable than the 112. It was a bit difficult for me to understand everything in that cab, but this reminds me of operating maybe the 423 and the Talent 2. It reminds me a bit of the Talent 2 with some of the sounds in the cab. But I am enjoying this route so far. The only thing I could say that I would wish to be improved a little bit is maybe the high floor Dostos, because I have seen some glitches with the passengers getting off of the train. Like, they kind of stutter a bit when they're getting off of the train onto the platform. It's difficult to explain. When we get to a Hamburg Hauptbahnhof, I'll see if we can see some of the passengers get off of the train. What do you think of the PIS screens on LIRR? Are they unreal? Are they realistic? You'll be the one to ask since you're a New Yorker. The PIS screens look similar to the ones used on Southeastern. There are some differences to how they look in real life. Was that a yellow signal? Guess not. There are some differences to how they look in real life to the game, like the 24-hour clock and it not showing the actual ETA of the trains. But if I'm gonna see if I can make a video on the PIS screens and show the similarities to the real life ones, because I did notice a few differences when I went on LIRR earlier. It will be cool to see the S-Bahn lines connecting with this line coming into Hamburg, going the opposite direction now. Depends on the license, sort out the precise wording, same way. We have a 60-kilometer limit coming up, so I'm gonna start slowing down a bit early just in case, just so the PZB won't do anything. I'm assuming this is the S-Bahn lines. I see the third rail. It'd be cool to see the Hamburg S-Bahn in the game at some point. I'd love to see the 474s or the 490s. Every time I press the PZB release button, it doesn't pop up on the screen. I feel like the one time I forget to press it next to a signal, it's going to trip the brakes. Is LR de Bar the fastest way to get to JFK from Manhattan, or is the subway faster? It depends on the day. I'd usually say the subway is faster. Just hop on the E train, take it all the way to the air train. But on certain occasions, the LR de Bar will be a bit faster. Depends on when you catch it, because they have a different timetable to the New York City subway. There we go. 1000 hertz. So I'm assuming we don't need to stop there. We just gotta go through that marker. It's better to just take a cab to JFK. I haven't done the subway trip to JFK yet, so I'm not completely sure. But going off general knowledge, I would say subway is a bit faster. I would not want to be at Jamaica in rush hour. That must be hell. From what I've seen, it is. Whole bunch of people. Look, if we're talking about out of pandemic times, it really is. A whole bunch of people, trains coming every 3 minutes or so. Because most of the different LR de Bar branches connect there, so it is a very busy station during rush hour. Do you have to pay extra for the air train? Yep. It actually costs more than the subway. I believe the fare is $5.50. So yeah, but you can use the same Metro card you use to get on the subway for the air train. But the air train isn't the only way to get to the airport. There actually are some buses that go straight to the airport, like the B-15. But you kind of have to go out of your way to get on one of those buses. I wonder what these lines are for here. Wonder if those are other S-Bahn lines connecting up. Jamaica and LR de Bar is not great because it's so crowded. All of the Long Island Railroad branches. Bar to Port Washington branch go to Jamaica, hence why it's so crowded pre-pandemic. Yep. Besides the Port Washington branch, all the other branches connect there. Extremely crowded in terms of passengers, and it's a very busy station with trains coming extremely frequently. Gatwick Express from Victoria to Gatwick one way is about $56. Wow. I bet it's a quick trip though to be on Gatwick Express. Can't wait to see it in the game. I feel like London to Brighton is gonna quickly become one of my favorites. Did we forget to acknowledge a signal? I must have forgot to acknowledge a signal coming into the station. Everyone makes PZB mistakes. When I was in New York, I got New Jersey Transit to Newark through Secaucus, and it was nothing to see but wasteland the whole way. Wow. Haven't been on New Jersey Transit through Secaucus yet, but wasteland, really. Interesting. I'm gonna check it out on Google Earth later. Okay. Ah, we did say we was gonna go back to the 112. Check if there's LZB on it. Hamburg Central Station, the game looks nice. I like the Phillips sign. You talking about the advertisements up here? Kind of want to free roam afterwards. Here we go. Take a look at these signs and then we'll go back to the 112. Other way. Oh! Thanks. Thanks. Didn't notice that there. Great detail. Thanks, chat. Just check your emergency stop there and the replay not your fault. Ah. Thought I forgot to acknowledge the signal. How much longer stream? I'd say maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most. I do want to try out a bit of a freight service. And then I think that'll be it. But I wanted to check if a little bit more about the 112. He was busy looking at the Solo 182. Yeah. The Solo 182 had me confused for a bit. Never seen one of those before. Alright, SIFA, PZB. I don't see any LZB switches in here. So maybe it doesn't have LZB and only PCB and SIFA. No, but this is an LZB screen right here. No, this train does have LZB. Just probably got to turn it on somewhere else. LZB switch is in the cab above the driver's window. Ah, thanks. So I'm assuming the LZB could probably be used on Munich to Augsburg, or a route that has LZB in operation. If the owners of the sign say no, they have to remove it or something, but it is a nice detail. Yeah, it is a nice detail. I didn't notice that there when we first came out of Hamburg. But that's cool. That is cool. That's a nice detail. Thank you for telling me. So it does work on the two routes with LZB. That's cool. Alright, let's take a look at one of the freight services. Let's give ourselves some nice cloud cover. Might as well just do a full run. So excited for rush hour, only for Amtrak and MBTA. Yeah, I'm excited for the Northeast Corridor route. It'd be cool to see the ACS 64 back in TSW. Missed it, honestly. Talking about it, here we go. I missed it, honestly. It'd be nice to see it again operating some of the Northeast regional services. The Phillips sign is a part of the building and not an advertisement. They don't have to get a license. Oh. Do you have main Spessor bond? Nope. I only have. I don't have most of the German routes. I don't have main Spessor Barn and Ruhrsieg Nord. I think there's another one I'm missing as well. Alright. Oh, that's cool. Some of the screens working in here. Okay. Should be pretty straightforward to drive one of these. I say without knowing any bit of how to drive one of these. Okay, train, go. There we go. I like the traction motor sounds. It really does sound like a piano. Hope they add the Avlier Liberty into the Northeastern Corridor. I doubt it'd be added, considering that I don't even think it's in revenue service yet. I have all the German routes bar this. That's cool. Rhine-Ruhr-Austin? Yep, I have Rhine-Ruhr-Austin. Used to be one of my favorite routes, doing the S-Bahn services with the 422. But then Munich to Augsburg came out and quickly took my attention with the 423. Did you ever play Train Sim Classic? Nope. I'm only able to play on PS4, so I haven't played Train Sim Classic. I hope to in the future if I ever do get a PC, because I do want to try out some of the routes in Train Sim Classic, like the Metropolitan line. Takes a few beats for the wagon brakes to come off. Yeah, took a while for it to get up to speed, but we're moving now. The Do Re Mi train, yep. It is a beautiful sounding train. It's also a fast train too. Heard that it's gotten up to 300 kilometers per hour before. Metropolitan line is awesome, yup. I love the express and local services, or the fast and semi-fast services they have on the route. It's unique for an underground. Well, not specifically for an underground route, but it's unique as a whole. Over speeding a bit. Horn sounds nice. Doesn't line 7 in New York City have express services? Yep. It runs peak direction express. So I believe in the morning it runs express towards Manhattan. In the evening it runs express back towards Queens. The tourist holds the local speed record. Wow. So this train really is fast. I don't know, off stream I might need to take it on a test run down SKA. See how fast this train could really get up to. You own Rapid Transit? If not, you should. The update made it so much better. Yep, I own it. I haven't tried it yet. I've only tried El Adabor with the new update. But when I get the chance, I'll check out Rapid Transit. Taking on the GWE is better and uncoupled the wagons. I'll definitely try it out. GWR does sound like a good route to try it out on. There aren't many curves on that route. And I've seen videos of people like Golden Ticket, one of the moderators, doing races on GWR in a scenario planner. Might need to put this up against the one-on-one. Gotta go now. See you, Valentine. Do you have a computer? I have a laptop, a MacBook, but I don't do any type of gaming on it. Have you used the PATH train? Yep. I've taken the PATH train from 33rd Street all the way to Hoboken. It's one of the routes I want for I want to come to TSW. It's a nice, small, kind of confined system. I feel like it'd be cool in the game. This is the first freight service that I could really say is kind of relaxing to drive. This might get me more into doing freight services. Another 112. Whole bunch of cars. Have you ever played World of Subways 4? Nope. Seen a whole bunch of videos on it though. I like how they have a conductor mode in the game. That's another thing I would love to see in TSW. It could work very well on Long Island Railroad. Rapid Transit with S6 services, I think, derails, so try not to do those services. They're fixing it, so just need to wait. Alright. Might, later on, if I have enough time, I'll check it out. And I'll try and remember not to use the S6. Might even need to pick up the passenger 182, so I can do the full length services along the line. I wonder if this train, I wonder if it's possible to hook the MRCE 182 up to passenger coaches and maybe do some passenger services with that. Who do you think would be the next mayor of New York? Who do I think? I can't really say right now, honestly. Hope it's someone competent. That's all I can say. But I don't want to speculate too far in advance or anything like that. Did you never play train simulators before they came to console? I played Open BVE before. That's the one train simulator I can really say I've played before. I played a little bit of that before TSW came to console. I still play a little bit of Open BVE. Not as often as before, but I still play a little bit of it. I actually tried it out with this You guys know what Rail Driver is? It was something similar to Rail Driver, but it was like a one-handed controller. It was like a real. Whoa, damn. So, no one warned me about the red signal? We're having a great conversation over here. No one warned me about the red signal? I thought you was supposed to warn me about the red signals. Is What's going on, guys? Come on. Now I gotta add this to my list of spads. Y'all really want to see that spad compilation? No moving platforms, dude. the moving pla- the moving platforms are only on GWR. I think we're gonna end the stream there. I think, matter of fact, no. Let's check out the rapid transit fixes since we was talking about it. Check out rapid transit bit. Don't trust them. They'll never warn you. Found out the hard way. I'll keep that in mind. I trusted y'all. This is what I get. Alright, let's do a short run. One of these. Oh, it shows. Wow, convenient. Alright, y'all said not to do the S6, so I'll do the S1. PZB wasn't on. Yeah, because I didn't want to get my brakes tripped up. If PZB was on, I would have gotten my brakes tripped up about 3 times on the way there. I trusted y'all. This is what I get in return. Unbelievable. How are we supposed to know? Y'all the ones that's watching the line. I have to turn and look at chat. That's messed up. There are loads of free London Underground lines on OpenBVE if you ever want to check some out. Yeah, I'll check some out in the future. I'm still stuck on this. Ooh, that's some nice frame rate. Alright, let's see if I remember how to operate one of these. Okay, marker lights. Haven't driven one of these in a very long time, so bear with me a bit. Battery's already on. The signal aspect on the HUD is off. Yeah, I have it off. I don't need the help from the HUD, you know. Or at least I don't on other routes. I kind of forget to turn it back on for certain routes. Frame rate seems higher. Yeah, it does. I mean, that's a good thing. Did we forget to do something? Does anyone know what we forgot to do? So, tell me, we have moving platforms on here? Nope, that's only on GWR. That's exclusive to the GWR route, you know? If you overrun the platform on GWR, parking brake, there we go. If you overrun the platform on GWR, the platform automatically extends for you. Parking brake. As you can see, I really haven't operated this in a while. Parking brake. Parking brake. They have a guard buzzer? Wow. Does anyone know where the parking brake is? Oh. It's not the parking brake. As the driver, you must pay attention to the signals. It's not our job to do. Try waggling the throttle. Hmm. Alright, maybe we'll try a different service. Hopefully we'll have better luck. Turned it off. Alright, turn it off, turn it back on. Works every time. Pants on MCB. Ah. There we go. Thanks. There we go. Thank you. Do you think we will see PIS screens come to Great Western? I hope so in the future. Let's... Okay. We're moving. This is a good... Let's not talk about that, chat. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. It's cause the contrast wasn't on. It's cause the contrast wasn't on. I wasn't able to see. Blame it on the contrast. Spaz, then PZB failure. It was, at least it wasn't another SPAD, you know. It could have been worse. We could have been sent to the main menu. I'd rather not talk about that. Let's talk about the next station. We're approaching it. Ah, look at that. We've entered the next station. No fails. Nothing. Perfect. Best train operator there is. There should be no doubts. Okay, let's get a nice little picture of this. Can we set the FIS? Nope. What happened? How are you gonna manage rush hour? Look, we'll figure that out when we get there. Right now, we gotta worry about this train. And besides, when TSW rush hour comes out, I'm mostly gonna be focusing on London to Brighton. I actually know how to operate the Electro Stars, okay? When it comes down to other trains, I'm not so good. We should see ICE AI running on this route to and from Berlin. Really? If this service goes above ground, hopefully we are able to see that. I bet you'll have a ton of SPADs on rush hour. Depending on the route I'm mostly playing, that could be true. But I doubt it. Look, I'm a very good train operator. Yeah, you guys have seen me do the Bakerloo line, start to finish, with the HUD off for most of the run, with no SPADs. I'm pretty sure I can manage rush hour with the 377 and the 387. And the Northeastern Corridor. And Riesa to Dresden. I'm pretty sure I can manage. Do you ever watch the DTG live streams? Yep, most of them. Sometimes I'll tune in for Workshop Wednesday, and I'm usually there during the roadmap streams, though. I bet you'll have a ton of... Oh, I already read that. You like the flirt trains? Yep, the Statler flirt trains. Personally, I like the ones that Caltrain is getting the most. I like the Caltrain livery. Some of the concepts from the 377 is easy. Only got to check for AWS. Exactly. The Electro Stars are easy to operate. Oh, this train you aren't able to do that. I'm so used to closing the doors before the thing is over. And we're only a minute late. It's not so bad. Move. Please. What did we do? What did I do, to be more specific? We should be good, right? Oh no. We broke it. I broke it. I think, oh. Oh. Huh? Um. Interesting. This train dislikes you? It seems like that. How are the doors open? What? I'm sorry, this is confusing me. It okay. Right. Manually close the doors. We'll check that. We'll check if that works. Interesting. I'm pressing the middle button. I think I broke it. Attention passengers, this train is out of service. We apologize for the inconvenience. Free shuttle buses will be available for you to take to the end of the line. We apologize for the inconvenience. Everyone, please exit the train. Thank you. Tab menu. That's the HUD is out of sync. Yeah, this train is out of service. We're just gonna I want to say I broke the train on that one. I don't know what I did, but I feel like I did something. Anyways, though, now that I am I feel bad about my mistakes now. Not worthy to operate another talent too. I'm gonna end the stream there. I hope all of y'all enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit the like button. I'll catch y'all in the next stream while I go and reflect on my mistakes. Peace.